My name's Grant, and I'm going to try to show you something that might be interesting for you in terms of breathing. We tend not to think about our breathing a great deal, yet it's crucially important. It can help us meditate. It can help us reduce panic and fear. It can help us go to sleep at night. There's numerous different things that can be affected by controlling our breathing. And the trouble is that we don't think or do much about our breathing very often, and the reason for that is that it's autonomic. We don't have to think about it. Our body does it for us. But if we concentrate on our breathing, we can slow our heart rates and we can slow our respiration. Now, one of the things that most of us don't understand about our breathing is that our breathing is tidal. It's very like the tides of the ocean. That is, that it comes in and it goes out, and if it only goes in a little ways, it can only go out a little ways. But as the moon gets fuller, or in this case, as we control our breathing, we can make that tide much, much greater and much, much less. By doing that, we allow a greater surface area of our lungs to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide, and we can make our whole system run better that way. Okay, so the trick is that when we breathe, we tend to breathe with our chest muscles, our auxiliary muscles of inspiration and respiration. However, our main muscle is our belly, okay, our diaphragm. And so what we're going to try to do is to empty all the air out of our bodies by restricting and bringing in our stomachs and diaphragms, as well as our chest muscles. So what we're going to do first is to go all the way out, and we're going to hold that for a count of 3. And then we're going to come all the way in, and we're going to get every little tiny scrap of air we can possibly fill into our lungs and our bellies, and we're going to hold that for a count of 3. And we're going to do that a couple of times, okay? And it's going to make a lot of noise, and you're going to feel quite awkward. I often do this lying down, but it's probably more appropriate to do it sitting up because you're out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get all of our air out. So I'm going to contract my stomach muscles, and I'm going to contract my chest muscles. I'm going to hold it for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm pushing my belly out. I'm filling my chest up. I'm pushing my belly out some more. 1, 2, 3. And contract my belly. Hold it for 3. 1, 2, 3. My belly's filling. Now my chest. 1, 2, 3. Into my belly. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. So, that's a good way to breathe deeply. That is to take in as much air as you possibly can and hold it for 3, and to let out all the air you can, pressing down on your belly and really emptying your lungs, and go between both a couple of times, and you'll get as much air out, and you will increase the tidal volume of your lungs, and that's really important. When I do this in bed at night, or when I need to breathe or I need to clear my nose, I will put a hand on my belly, and as I do a breath, I'll move my thumb, and then I'll move another one when I take another breath, and another one, and eventually I'll do all 10 fingers, and that way I know I've done 10 breaths. And strangely enough, one we often breathe as much as 12 times a minute. But doing this, when I look at the clock, sometimes it surprises me, and I will have only breathed 8 or 10 times in 10 minutes, and in 8 or 10 minutes rather. And so we can really slow down our breathing, and that relaxes our whole body, as well as oxygenates our blood really well. Again, as I said, I find this really wonderful for dealing with meditation. It's a good way to start meditating. I find it really good for dealing with anxiety, for all forms of fear, whether it's something like almost stepping on a snake, or whether it's I'm in an airplane, or I'm just worried about something. I can find that this clears me really well. And sometimes just when I want to stop thinking and I want to go to sleep, I will use it before I go to sleep. And hopefully it will help you as much as it's helped me. Okay.